Namaste and welcome to my channel Astro Universe. Hello to all my lovely subscribers and because this is the beginning of the year, I wish you all a very happy new year. This 2025 is going to bring some amazingly beautiful changes in everyone's life. I wish you all succeed in your financial sectors, in your career, in your profession, in your personal life. I bless you all with good luck. So I will begin with how will be your Feb 2025. So this is particularly for the starting for lagnas, Aries, Taurus, Gemini, and Cancer. So for you, if I begin with Aries, you need to remember that everything that is happening in your life is firstly governed by the Mahadasha, Antadasha, and Pratyantadasha. They are the main, it's basically the main guiding force in the journey of your life. Then it comes the transits of major planets along with your Mahadasha, Antadasha Lord also, and how they are connected through nakshatra and conjunction aspect to another planet. So this you need to see. So I will begin with Feb. For Feb, if you look into the picture, here, Saturn is currently there in the 11th house. So it's in the last phase of the Aquarius sign it ho- where it holds a strong control, being the Mool Trikon Rashi. So Saturn here, before it leaves this sign and enters the Pisces sign, which is another good sign for Saturn. So here it will give you lot of good results pertaining to your 10th house, which is career, along with the gains and desire fulfillment. You have now certainly transformed your thought process. Your personality is more of that, very strong, practical, and very hardworking kind of a person who is a go-getter kind in his or her life. So if I talk about the Saturn, which is there in the Aquarius sign, we see that along with this Saturn, Rahu being in the 12th house will form a close conjunction with Venus. From 28th January, this Rahu will conjunct Venus, which is Lord of your second and seventh house. Second and seventh house becomes your Marak Bhavas. So these two Bhavas, Lord, if it is making a conjunction in the 12th house where it gets exalted, so what kind of connection is forming? See, Rahu is giving you a lot of opportunities to gain from the foreign lands or MNCs, or if you are working in any kind of hospitality, you are into spirituality, you either are into nursing, any of these fields, okay? Then this is going to help you. And because Venus will form the conjunction, Saturn is in the last phase of your 11th house, so you can gain a lot of opportunities from abroad or MNCs, okay? People who are working into nursing, medical sciences, hospitality, they also can gain at this time, spirituality. So these all things are looking favorable for Aries lagna. Along with that, definitely you are going to spend a lot for your travels and for your family or food, especially because it's the second house lord. Even because it's the seventh house lord, one can start a business of export import connected to online, connected to from here only you are trading something, okay? 12th house is also about trading. Along with that, it also gives opportunities for you to get married or go abroad with your spouse, okay? These two connections are forming. If you are unmarried, then also a connection is forming where you can find your spouse in foreign lands or someone who is far away in different city or place. These all connections are forming. But what you have to take care, definitely Venus is getting exalted. It's with Rahu. You are going to gain a lot of money. You are going to spend a lot of money. You can travel. You can enjoy. You can have, very nostalgic time at this in this month when Venus will be exalted and with Rahu in the 12th house. But mind it, the on the bad side, on the negative side, because it's the second house lord, some expenditures are definitely going to come. You have to mind your speech, okay? Because the lord of the second house is getting connected to Rahu. You have to mind your speech. And specifically if you're married, don't get in trouble with your spouse. Don't fight for small things, petty things. That is also possible. So you have to mind your tongue also at this time specifically. Now, if I look into the Mars from 21st January will be in the Gemini sign where it will be retrograde. So Gemini sign falls in the third house. After that, on 24th February, it will get direct. Okay, in the forward motion. Mars being the lord of the Lagna and eighth house in the third house. Firstly, it will be retrograde, then it will be in the direct motion. It means that somewhere you are going to put lot of effort in initiating something new. It is going to transform your efforts ultimately. Okay, so because the eighth house lord is going eight places away, making a bhavat bhavan in the third house is all about efforts, and Mars here feels really comfortable. Okay, so it's good if you are putting effort, you are developing your skills, you are traveling, you are changing. Okay, and transforming your skills. Okay, eighth house lord is going there, you are transforming your skills. Maybe you research a lot to hone your skills. You maybe your work in your skills, your your work, even third house is all about communication, involves a lot of research work, analysis. So people who are into engineering and technology, people who are into surgery, who are surgeons, okay, they really do good if they use their skills in transforming something. Okay, so but the only thing bad thing that will happen with this Mars is that because the time it is retrograde over here, you need to mind your tongue, how you are behaving with your siblings, okay, and how you are behaving with your neighbors. So from here, Mars is going to aspect your sixth house and your ninth house and plus 10th house. So what exactly can happen? So from Gemini, aspecting the sixth house makes you very competitive. You can win over a lot of competition, any sort of court case, litigation, there you can win. Okay. And aspecting the ninth house, problems with authorities can come. Okay, problems with authorities can definitely come, so you have to mind that. Then along with that, it is aspecting the 10th house where it gets exalted. So Mars giving its aspect on the 10th house is good for your career transformation. Okay, so these are the things which are forming for Mars. If I look into Jupiter, Jupiter is there in the second house. It will get direct from 4th February. And when it will get direct, so Jupiter from here aspecting the 8th house, 10th house, and 6th house. Definitely 6th house and 10th house talks about the daily life, the career, the position. You can crack any interview. So together, Jupiter and Mars are bringing transformation in your career. Maybe you are looking for a job change and you crack an interview, uh, a competitive exam, because Mars helps in that. Okay, and eighth house aspect means Jupiter aspecting your eighth house. Definitely, a lot of income sources are coming. Transformations are bringing in your life. If you are related to research and analysis work, that also will fructify. Beautiful changes are coming in your life. But the only thing I will tell you is that when Jupiter is there in the second house, it expands your family. Someone new, some new member is going to come in your life. So because later Jupiter will enter the third house, indication of any marriage in your family, a new member entering your family, maybe a childbirth. These are the indication. And even Jupiter being in the second house, being direct, this talks about if you are going to lavishly eat lot of good foods, because Venus is there in the 12th house, you are going to enjoy, you are going to lavishly eat a lot of food that can damage your health, especially the gut health, the digestive system. Okay, so Jupiter somewhere will affect your digestive system, your liver, your stomach, all these body parts. So you need to make sure that do not hamper your health. Okay, now, if I talk about Sun from 14th January till 12th February will be there in the Capricorn sign. So, Capricorn sign is the sign where Sun is Digbali, okay, and in the 10th house, and it's the Capricorn sign. So, Sun being the Digbali and it the Uttarayan, okay, so Sun is moving towards the north direction. It's the Uttarayan, the start of the Uttarayan from the 14th January till 12th February, and even it's the Mahakumbh that is happening over here. So Mahakumbh usually happens when Capricorn, where Sun enters in the Capricorn sign and Jupiter is there in the Taurus sign. The Mahakumbh happens in the Prayagraj, India. So then this Sun being in the Capricorn sign, being the Lord of the fifth house, will give you a lot of energy in your career. If the Mahadasha Antarpritintar is that of Sun, then definitely you are going to utilize that energy for achieving something really big in your career. It's a good time. And after that, after 12th February, Sun will be there in the 11th house Aquarius sign with Saturn. So together, these two planets are mutually inimical. Okay, one is father, the other one is son. Both are inimical to each other. But good part is Sun being the Lord of the fifth house is positive for you, is benefic. Okay, so if because it's benefic for the lagna, so it will help you create lot many opportunities to increase your gains. Okay, and maybe you get a short duration name fame also, recognition also in your society. So that is also possible. Maybe you get a good job, government job or position, so there is a possibility of name fame achievements in your life. But being with the Saturn being the lord of your 10th and 11th house, definitely it's a neutral kind of a planet for you, or I should say, a little bit inimical. Okay, because 11th house Lord becomes enemy, like negative. Okay, so in this, if I explain it to you, then what exactly will happen in the 11th house, where you can get a lot of recognition, name, fame, a lot of gains in the society. Maybe you interact with a lot of authorities. Your nearby in your society, all the people whom you interact, those could be in government service or high position. You interact with such people, so your name, fame, recognition can rise. But along with that, some difference of opinion can also happen between you and your colleagues in the career. Okay, now if I talk about Mercury from 24th January, it will enter Capricorn sign, and on 11th February it will enter Aquarius sign. So Mercury will also be there in the 10th house with Sun, so definitely a Buddhadit Yoga will form. So that's the reason it's the time for recognition in your career. Maybe you get a government job, a position, or status if the Mahadashanta Pratintar is that of Sun or Mercury. Later on 11th February, Mercury will enter the Aquarius sign. From there, it will form again a new connection with Saturn and Sun. So together forming Buddhadit Yoga is really good. Even Buddha with Mercury with Saturn is also really good. So overall, this can give you a lot of name, fame, and recognition in your society. But still, this can bring verbal clashes or difference of opinion between two authority or two people in authority. Okay, so this is there on 27th February. If I see when Mercury will enter Pisces sign, it gets debilitated over there. But because Venus, which gets exalted over there, is placed in the 12th house, so together it's a niche bhang Raj Yoga. Okay, so Mercury here in the 12th house will give you a cumulative result of third and sixth house, because Mercury here becomes negative, means malefic for this lagna, being the sixth house lord. It's somewhere partial, I would say marak also. So here it will give you difficulties also plus rewards also. You will travel, opportunity to travel is there, but some kind of fights can happen in between, some hurdles can come, some health issues can come, these all things. Okay, so along with travels, some difficulties will surely come to you in this time period. Now, if I get into the Taurus, for Taurus Lagna, your Lagna Lord is currently transiting into February in the 11th house. Now, 11th house where it gets exalted is really good for all the Lagnas where everyone wants to fulfill their desires and have a lot of gains in their life. Who doesn't want to get name, fame in society, fulfillment of desires, getting a lot of gains from multiple sources? So now Venus getting exalted in your 11th house for Taurus Lagna people. Along with that, Rahu will also be there. This is like the most blissful time for Taurians. So here you will see, being the sixth house lord, you can win over any court case, litigation, competition, and even there are opportunities from you, especially for for expanding your social network. Your social network can expand at this time. Your gains are going to expand at this time. Multi source of income can be created at this time, because Mercury here will also get conjunct by the end of the February, and Mercury being the lord of your second and fifth house will definitely give you lot many sources of income. So it's the time for you to enjoy. Your desires are going to get fulfilled. You will get a lot of name, fame in society, on social media. You will get a lot of gains, money. You will enjoy. You are going to win over a lot of competition. 12th house and Pisces sign, both if I see, because here it is there in the 11th house, but Pisces sign, which talks about the final journey of this life. So here you can really expect something amazing from foreign lands to come up to you. Now, Saturn is there in the 10th house, the last months of Sas Rajyog forming the 10th house. Before Saturn leaves, it will give you lot of opportunities in career. Maybe you get a new job at this time. Even because Saturn here will form one conjunction with Sun and Mercury also. So Sun from 14 January till 12th February will be there in the Capricorn sign along with Mercury from 24th January till 11th February. So these two together in the ninth house, because Mercury being the lord of your second and fifth house, and Sun being the lord of your fourth house in the ninth house, making Buddha Yug. All the people who want to get into any kind of government job related to higher education, PhD, teaching, professor, academician, any kind of higher education and research, this is the best time for you. Okay, many of you can leave your home for foreign lands, or at least, if not foreign lands, at least 1,000 kilometers far from your place. Okay, now later, Sun will enter Aquarius sign on 12th February. On 12th February, when Sun will enter your Aquarius sign, in the 10th house, it will form a conjunction with Saturn. Mercury will also enter on 11th February till 27th February in the Aquarius sign. So together these three planets, for Saturn, Mercury and Sun, this is the sign where they get Digbali. Okay, so these three together will form conjunction. So altogether they are going to give you lot of opportunities in career. Maybe you get a government job if you were trying. Maybe you even get along with that some other job opportunities. Maybe they are, because these three planets form Digbali, gets Digbali in the 10th house, and their conjunction will give you Buddhaditya Yoga in the 10th house will give you government job opportunities. Saturn Mercury together can give you any opportunity related to all those technical fields which revolve around a lot of analysis, a lot of research and analytical fields, which revolves around a lot of mathematics and computation. Okay, along with that, when Sun and Saturn gets connected, that also forms a government yoga, with where some kind of laws are also involved. Okay, even Mercury together, documentation and laws are involved. Okay, so these all things are looking favorable for you, and because Saturn is also ninth house lord, so anything to do with higher education, anything to do with academics, anything to do with even foreign lands also, anything to do with any kind of technicalities, because Saturn is a technical planet, any kind of technicalities where you have to design something, create something, and present it to the world. Okay, these all things are looking favorable for Taurians at this time, okay, in this month, if you are dealing with such profession. Now, mind it, because Venus is there in the 11th house. If you were having desire to get married, if you were having desire to have a child at this time, childbirth, you are looking for progeny, childbirth, this is the favorable time for you. One can even attract a new partnership, I mean relationship, okay, at this time, maybe on social media. Okay, along with that, if I look into the matters where Mercury will enter the Pisces sign on 27th February. Okay, Mercury will get debilitated in the 11th house, Pisces sign. But because Venus, which gets exalted in the Pisces sign, is there, it forms the Neech Bhangarajyo. So together these three planets, Mercury, Venus, Rahu, from 27th February are going to give you amazingly, malab from 28th January, already Venus, Rahu together were giving good result. Now, when Mercury will also conjoin them, it will give amazing result. Okay, though it looks like Mercury is getting depleted, but it is forming Neech Bhangrajyo. Now, best part is the lord, the dispositor of the Pisces sign is sitting in the lagna, so every desire, everything, every gain, every opportunity, every desire linked to you, because Jupiter is currently there in the lagna, because being the dispositor of the Pisces sign will come up to you, everything is going to come up to you, so you can get a sudden name, fame, lot of financial opportunities, lot of gains, desire fulfillment, opportunities related to career, maybe your long time desire was there, you are manifesting it. Now it will be the time when you will find it, things are coming up to you. Now, Mercury being the second and fifth house lord, it's benefic for you, functional benefit for your lagna. It is there in the 11th house from 27th February, amazing result. So now if I talk about Rahu Ketu, I have already discussed. Ketu is there in the fifth house. So if you look into the Ketu part, it is now giving you the good result, because ultimately when Ketu is there in the fifth house, somewhere your children or you yourself can be little detached from your education part. Maybe you're not focusing much on your education, or your children are not focusing much on education. You are trying hard for childbirth, but Ketu is somewhere means acting like a barrier for that house. Okay, but because Jupiter will now give its direct aspect on Ketu, so all the barriers from the fifth house are going to vanish, and you will see you are going to focus much on the fifth house related matters, whether it be relationship, whether it be children, whether it be education, creativity, and any kind of change. Because fifth house not just talks about uh, education, it also talks about the changes, name, fame. Okay, and it even talks about that if you are into occult science, anything to do with religious activities, that also your purva punya will come up to you because of the aspect of Jupiter, direct aspect of Jupiter. One can go for basic education, bachelor's education, higher education. One can get married at this time, can find a right partner for yourself. Childbirth is indicated at this time. Now, Mars will be there in the second house from 21st January. It will be retrograde, and on 24th February, it will get direct. Mars is Markesh for you, means functional, malefic, highly malefic for Taurus Lagna, being the seventh house lord and the 12th house lord. When it is there in the second house, it's the indication of finding a right partner. If you are unmarried, you can find a right partner for you yourself at this time. Maybe your family helps you in finding that. Okay, some transformation in your family can come. And as indicated, these transformation will be related to, if you are unmarried, I'm talking about, maybe related to your marriage, or financially there could be transformation, because ultimately from here Mars is going to aspect your fifth house. It talks about education, creativity, changes that are going to come related to your children if you're married, relationship. So some transformation, some thing related to your family and money. It is going to bring some changes, because the 12th house lord is not just the lord of your expenditures or losses, but it is also lord of your changes. 12th house is also about changes, transformations. It is also about foreign affairs. Okay, so somewhere your connection can form with the foreign lands for money, related opportunities, finance related opportunities. And from here, Mars will even aspect your eighth house and the ninth house, where it gets exalted. So your luck will favor. You can get into higher education. You can change your place. You can travel. Okay, transformations are going to come at this time in your life. And anything to do with research and analysis, inheritance, insurance, money is going to come. You can invest your money also. Okay, financially, you can invest your money. So Mars, when it will get direct on 24th February, it will be more powerful, though it is in the inimical sign. Especially all those who are into analytical fields, mathematics, computer science, they can do really amazing at this time from 24th February. So Mars will definitely give you good result. So even though it is in the inimical sign, but mind it, when Mars and Mercury make any kind sort of combination, they are really good for mathematicians, they are really good for computer science people. Okay, so but definitely it makes, when it will be there in the second house, it will make you little bit harsh in your speech. You might become straightforward. Okay, you have to mind that. And more so ever, such people can be addicted to spicy food. Okay, a lot of junk and spicy food, especially spicy food, I should say. Now coming up to Gemini. For Gemini Lagna, if I talk about, your Lagna Lord will be there in the Capricorn sign from 24th January till 11th February. On 11th February, it will enter Aquarius sign, and on 27th February, it will enter Pisces sign, where it gets debilitated. So from 24th January till 11th February, when it is there in the Capricorn sign in your eighth house, Sun will also be there. Now, Mercury being the Lagna house lord and the fourth house lord, along with the third house lord in the eighth house, is sort of a combination where Sun becomes malefic for your Lagna, and Mercury is benefic, sitting in the eighth house. Eighth house is basically a neutral house for all the Lagnas. So here, the combination is as such, though it will form a Buddha Aditya Yoga, it will give its light in the second house. So financially, it is good. Anything to do with research and analysis work, inheritance work, if you are looking for any kind of government job which is linked with these sort of eighth house driven R&Ds, sort of job career, or occult science, astrology, then it is way good for you. But when it comes to the fourth house related matters going into the eighth house, your mind could be little bit disturbed because of too much in-depth thinking of something again and again and again. Okay, it can disturb your health also. So you have to be a little mindful about your health, mental health especially. This is the most foremost important part of our life, to maintain our peace and happiness. Mental health is so much important for all of us in this time period. So along with that, along with your health, you have to check about your work routine. So you have to be bit careful about how you balance your work life routine. Okay, if you're married, then some issues can pop up from your in-laws side. Okay, that also you have to be little bit mindful. Now, when this sun will enter Aquarius sign in the ninth house on 12th February, and Mercury will enter Aquarius sign on 11th February, together they will form a conjunction in the ninth house with Saturn. So, Saturn being the 8th house and 11th house lord, together with Sun and Mercury, this is a combination where you can work a lot on your some certification, because the third house lord is also about certification. Ninth house is higher education, so you can learn something, you can develop your skills at this time. You can go for government job, a position, higher position. Your authorities will be there to guide you if you are looking for some higher education or skill development certification courses. Some huge transformation can come in your thought process at this time. Maybe you start to think very positively and very seriously and practically towards your higher goals. Some travels can also be there. Minded, this could be really disturbing for your mother's health. So your mother's health looks difficult in this time period from 11th February, so she can take care of her health. And if I talk about your family related affairs, then because even Ketu is present in the fourth house, some family related affairs related to your mother, related to your mind, peace of mind, these things can get little bit difficult. Okay, and because Sun and Saturn will form a conjunction in the ninth house, you have to be little careful with the authorities. Okay, you and your authorities can have some sort of difference of opinion at this time. That's it. Okay, from 11th February till sorry, from 12th February till March, for the 1 month span. Later, this is going to give you good result only, because ultimately these all planets together don't give such bad result unless the Mahadashantar Pratantar is going on. Rest, everything depends on your chart also. But what I'm saying is, Sun and Saturn together in the ninth house can give some difference of opinion with your authorities, even with your father. But it's a good time for travel changes, research related activities, any skill development, or any kind of change, even for your travels. Along with that, travels, if you want to go for foreign, uh, you know foreign related work. Okay, either if it related to education or your career, there are chances. Okay, maybe your authorities help you, your boss or your guru can help you at this time for all these things. Now, from 27th February, Mercury, being your Lagna Lord and the fourth house Lord, will enter Pisces sign where it gets debilitated. So, it will form a conjunction in the 10th house with Venus and Rahu. Ketu is sitting in the fourth house, Rahu in the 10th house. Ketu is sitting in the fourth house. So, Rahu in the 10th house, along with Venus, where Venus gets exalted in the Pisces sign, Mercury gets debilitated in the Pisces sign. So, Venus will enter Pisces sign from 28th January. So, from 28th January, Venus will form a conjunction with Rahu. Venus being the lord of your 12th house and your fifth house. So somewhere it will give you good opportunities related to what? Related to foreign lands, related to love affairs. So maybe, as I said, some people will may feel attracted to someone in their office, or whosoever in your profession, may find a love interest in your office. Okay, but there are definitely chances of some travels or foreign opportunities or connection in your career. So changes are coming for those who are looking for career change. Then foreign related opportunities, MNC related opportunities are there. But definitely there could be attraction also to someone in your office. Okay, or maybe a new love interest at this time. When Mercury will enter on 27th February, along with Venus present there and Rahu present there in the 10th house, Mercury will form a Neech Bhang Rajyog, because the planet which gets exalted in the Pisces sign is already there. Okay, so Mercury will be little strong as compared to when it is alone and debilitated. Okay, so Rahu Mercury combination is amazing for computer related work, mathematical related work, writing and skill, language related work. And Venus and Rahu are really good for creative work. Okay, all those beautification, decoration, creative work, artistic work, these all these so these three planets combined together from the 27th February could be really amazing for your creative presentation with your intellect in the career profession, could amaze your authorities. Okay, with your presentation, with your work, with your intellect, with your lot of analytical skills, with your creative skills, you can amaze your authorities at this time. This looks amazing for you all, and you may find opportunities from foreign lands also. If you are looking for travels, that is also there. A lot of changes can come. Okay, and at this time you will enjoy in your profession, in your office you will enjoy a lot. Okay, this is also indicated. Some may find a new love interest also. So this is what I see for Venus, Rahu, Mercury, Sun, and Ketu at this time. Now, Saturn I have already discussed because Saturn will be forming a conjunction with the Sun and Mercury in the ninth house. So I have covered that. This is the last phase of Saturn being in the ninth house, when it will enter the Pisces sign, where it gets really, really comfortable and gives the best of result. So, being in the Pisces, Saturn will give the best of result for your Capricorn and the Aquarius sign. So, mind it. This is what Saturn is currently looking for. It is aspecting your 11th house, so a lot of gains are coming your way, but slowly and steadily it is making you work hard. Your social network is little less, but it is slowly and slowly expanding with a lot of mature and practical people, and you are developing your skills. Some skill development is there right now, some maybe some certification or course, you can look for that. Some changes are coming. Hard work is, a lot of hard work is there in your life, but still that result is going to come in the next few months of your life. So if I talk about Mars is there in the Lagna. From 21st January, Mars being retrograde is there in the Lagna Gemini sign. And on 24th February, it will get direct. So Mars being the Lord of the 11th house and the 6th house, being in the Lagna, it is good for your desire fulfillment. It is good for all those things where you have to compete. Okay, you are very competitive right now, very energetic, very competitive. You want to compete with your colleagues, your friends, in the for your gains and profits. Your energy is super high, and this is good for all those who are into athletic, who are into looking for any competition, who are preparing for any competitive exam, who are into technical fields where you have to compete with your hard work and your intellect. But mind it, when this competitive energy gets high on someone, then this becomes really difficult for one to survive in certain environments. So this Mars in the Lagna can make you little bit harsh, especially towards your own self, your peace of mind, your home life, with your spouse, with other people, and it can even bring a lot of difficulties and health issues and transformation. So Mars here in the Lagna can be difficult if you are always angry on some or the other person. Okay, so you have to control that, and you have to use that energy only and only for competition. Okay, else if you're married, then it can create a lot of problem in your home life. If unmarried, it's way good. If it's like you are married, then it can create a lot of fights. Okay, if not physical fight, then definitely verbal fights. Now Jupiter is currently there in the 12th house. It will get direct on 4th February. So Jupiter being the lord of your 7th house and 10th house, definitely bringing a lot of changes in your career and opportunities from MNCs and foreign lands. Along with that, if you notice, Jupiter is also Lord of your 7th house. Some difficulties, if you're married, some difficulties are definitely coming over there, thriving over there. Maybe you got separated, or because of some reason, one spouse went far away from another. Some differences came. Maybe mentally you are not together. Maybe some differences of opinion are coming time and again. But because the Jupiter is there in the 12th house, definitely it is not always bad. It will definitely give you a lot of good things, especially maybe some people might have gone to foreign lands or some different places with their spouse if they are married. Along with that, who are looking for marriage at this time, they might find a right partner when Jupiter will shift in their Lagna. Okay, that is the time when they will find a new partner, life partner for themselves. So this looks amazing for Gemini. Now I will talk about Cancer. For Cancer Lagna, if I talk about your Lagna Lord, talks about how emotional you are, how charming you are. So these people are very emotional, very charming. The only problem is sometimes overly emotional people gets easily trapped by very harsh uh, practical kind of person. Okay, now when I talk about Cancer Lagna, your current phase, which I see, Saturn is transiting from your 8th house. So if it is your moon sign, definitely you are going to through Ashtam Shani Dhaya. But if it is your Lagna, still you need to consider that. And being in the 8th house, when Saturn is there, maybe even in the Mool Trikon Rashi, it is bringing a lot of transformation in your marital life, in your life where you have to deal with other people. Okay. And it not just bring a lot of hurdles and transformation, but sometimes it brings a lot of transformation and hurdles in your career also. From here, 8th house, it aspect your 10th house, it aspects your second house. So family related transformation, financial related transformation, maybe you have to transform the way you think, even related to your children education. But remember, Saturn is not always bad in the 8th house. Definitely it is the sign where Saturn feels comfortable. Okay, it is the 8th house is where it finds comfort to give its result. It gets sort of digbali, not digbali, I should say. It sort of gets karak bhav. It's the karak bhav of the 8th house. It's not digbali, it's karak bhav of 8th house. So Saturn here is definitely going to give you good result related to if you are into research analysis, occult science, insurance. If you're looking for inheritance, it increases your life over here. Sort of good, but definitely going to bring a lot of transformation and hurdles. Now, being over here, Sun will also conjunct Saturn along with Mercury. Now, Sun is right now there in the Capricorn sign from 14 January till 12th February, along with Mercury from 24th January till 11th February, making Buddhadit Yog in the 7th house. So, all those people who are looking for public related government jobs, they will get name fame over there. Somewhere who are doing any sort of business, you can get name and fame over there also. Your business, your work can get name and fame. Your spouse can get name and fame, government position. Even you can get government position, specifically in the public sector. Now from here, the Sun will enter the Aquarius sign along with Mercury. On 12th February, Sun will enter Aquarius sign where it will get conjunct with Saturn, and Mercury will enter Aquarius sign on 11th February. So together in the 8th house, these will give a lot of good result, specifically related to financial related matters. Finance related matters. Some changes and transformations suddenly will come in your life if the Mahadashantapatindra is there. But difficulty in relationship and marriage can come. If you're going through bad phase, then and you're married, if you're going through bad phase, then some sudden uh, difficulties can arrive in your marriage through your in-laws or through your spouse. But financially you are going to grow. Inheritance, chances of getting inheritance are there in your life. Even for all those people uh, who are into any kind of writing and reading skills where they have to research a lot, like R&D people, engineering technology, research related work, even writers, even psychologists, doctors, surgeons, like that. Even those who are into astrology but they write a blog or writing something about, they can do really good over there. Okay, these people, someone can write a research article and get published, get name fame over there. But regarding a marriage, regarding anything to do with other people, interaction with them, there you can find a lot of stiffness, fight. Uh, Mind it, because Sun is the lord of your second house and Saturn being the lord of your 8th house. This also talks about if you're married, then two families can have a really harsh time if some difficulty is going on in the marital life. Now, other than that, what I see is this Sun and Mercury will give you good result paving to the 8th house related matters if it is governed by research analysis, writing, reading, anything to do with research, any subject. inheritance. And later, when Mercury will enter the Pisces sign on 27th February, it gets debilitated over there in the ninth house, along with Venus, which gets exalted over there. So it forms a Neej Bhang Rajyo. So here in the ninth house, when Mercury will enter on the 27th January, Venus will already be there. Rahu is already there. So Venus will enter Pisces sign on 28th January, where it will get conjunct with Rahu. So here, Venus being the lord of the 11th house and your fourth house will give you lot of opportunities to travel from your home life or present life to some foreign lands. Some travels can be there, some pilgrimage travel can also be there, some travels, some opportunities from foreign land for higher education, going far away from your place. Rahu Venus together can give you opportunities from those areas which are extremely foreign to you, maybe in your own country. Someone can travel to hilly areas at this time, or areas near to water bodies, specifically river Ganges. Near that, any maybe you travel to any place, so these definitely looks favorable. These all things look favorable for you. Some travel, some changes, foreign travel, or any pilgrimage travel. These all looks favorable for you. Luck will enhance. But if you're married, there I see a lot of difficulties. If you are into any sort of business, and that business deals with other people, okay, there you will face some difficulties from 12th February, especially. Now, if I talk about Mercury when it will enter the Pisces sign from 27th February, from there it will conjunct Venus and Rahu. So these three together will make an amazing conjunction, which is brilliant for all those people who are into creative field, creative work, any kind of artistic creative work. Their work also deals with not just creativity, artistic areas, even analytical fields where you have to analyze. Okay, a lot of analysis there, computation, analysis, mathematics. Uh, Language, reading, writing, all those things. So there also you will do amazing. So even if I talk about this time looks favorable for all those people who are having any sort of difficulties with their father. You will see, you are going to gain from your father. Your father will help you in a lot of many things, a lot of gains. Some travels will be there, definitely changes and travels. But if your father is in his later ages, then this could be the time where he can get hospitalized also, because the 12th house lord is getting conjunct in the ninth house with Rahu and Venus. So some sort of difficulties can arrive for your father if he is um dealing with any sort of health issues. So now if I talk about as I said, Saturn is currently there in the eighth house, so some transformation and difficulties are there, but still it is giving you a lot of good things related to research analysis, occult science, any reading writing of research articles, and anything to do with inheritance and others money. You're gaining a lot from there. But mind, this is Saturn. Saturn is actually karaka of anything where rules and regulations are involved. So if you are going to break the rules and regulation, this Saturn can even punish you. Now, if I talk about Jupiter, Jupiter is currently transiting from your 11th house, and it will get direct from 4th February. So, while Jupiter being the lord of your ninth house and even your sixth house, while it will be transiting and getting direct from 4th February in the 11th house, any court cases, litigation, or competition can get resolved at this time after 4th February. You might gain from your father. Okay, some travel related opportunity could be there. Suddenly you can buy any property, vehicle, on loan or rent. You can travel, your social network can rise. This is a chance where if you are looking for marriage, you can find a life partner. Some love relationship can start at this time. Love marriage also can happen, because the Jupiter is aspecting the seventh house and the fifth house, and Rahu will be conjunct with Venus. So love marriage possibilities are there, childbirth opportunities are there. And if you're married, then the Mahadasha Antardasha is favorable for you. It is the time when you will travel along with your spouse to pilgrimage or faraway places. Okay. Now, many of you can go for basic education or higher education. Some skill development will always be there in this time period. If I talk about Mars, Mars is currently there in the 12th house. From 21st January, it will be retrograde in the Gemini sign, and it will get direct on 24th February. So, here, Mars being the lord of your 10th house and your 5th house talks about some definitely changes are coming in your career. Some changes, some transformation, some changes, some loss, and then some gain is definitely coming. Maybe you're looking for opportunity in foreign lands, MNCs, or you are getting a lot of opportunities from foreign people. Export import, that is also possible. Online work also, if you do product selling, designing, any kind of work which revolves around product selling and designing, creativity. So firstly, difficulties are going to come over there, and then see, 12th house talks about changes. Firstly, loss is there, then you gain something. So this is also kind of change that is having. Travel is there, so you are going to modify yourself. Maybe you modify your career, change your career, transform your career. Okay, or some loss is there, then you go for some change in your career. So these are the indications which looks over here. Whereas if I talk about, if you are into love relationship, then maybe because of this Mars being the 5th house lord and the Mahadashanta Disha is of Mars, then you might see that you're suddenly getting into situation where you broke up with your partner. Okay, and even this talks about your children can go far away from you for education. Even you can go for some other place for basic, I mean bachelor's education. So these all indication are there in this time period, and from here Mars will aspect the 3rd house, the 6th house, and the 7th house. So definitely you will be very competitive, you will develop your skills, you will travel. Some sort of travels are definitely there if Mars Mahadashanta is there, and competition is there. But mind it, this can disturb your marriage. If you're married, then this can even disturb your health also. These two things, but you have to be mindful how you're dealing with. So cancer, for cancer lagna, this whole month looks like a mixed kind of affair. If your kundali is favorable for marriage, for married life, no difficulty, then you might travel with your spouse to some faraway place. But if your married life looks difficult from your chart, and the Mahadashanta Pitantar is also like that, then what is going to happen? Your in-laws and your family can have a fight or verbal discussion about your marriage, how you're dealing with your married life, and some difficulties with your spouse, or you might skip all the situation and go to some other place. So these sort of two conditions are forming for two kind of people who have good chart, favorable combinations for marriage, and those who do not have favorable combination will deal the difficulties, and some who have good combination will enjoy with their spouse in the foreign place or different place, pilgrimage, and will have gala time. And many will get into new relationship also, and many can get into marriage, especially love marriage. This sort of combination is so. So this was all for the starting for lagnas, Aries, Taurus, Gemini, and Cancer for the February 2025. If you really enjoyed this analysis for the four lagnas, please do subscribe to my channel Deepa Astro Universe. Dhanyawad. Thank